Alright, so finally the moons have aligned to give me a combination of a day I'm not sick and a day that is actually nice enough to be outside during, what are we, we're at the end of May here, and it was still winter like, this is just, the weather is being ridiculous. But aside from that, and being sick and missing out on my days off, I finally have a little bit of time here, and I was just going over some more stuff and thought I'd just take a look at the engine. I don't know anything about engine work. It's not something I would say, interested in learning. I think I need to know a little more. I know the basics, you know, change the oil, check washer fluid, brake fluid, power steering fluid, all that stuff, engine coolant. But everything else, you know, I wouldn't go on my own poking around anything in there. I know other people who can, who I can take it to take care of that kind of stuff for me. But I was, I knew this was an extremely dirty engine when I got it. I mean, the whole car is just dirty, so why wouldn't the engine be? But I was just taking some cleaner, and I actually realized that this, let's see if you can actually see it, is actually, I mean, it's filthy there, but I realized it was actually coming off pretty easy, so I'm probably going to clean the whole inside here, anything I can reach, dust off, and it's just, I don't know, I mean, plenty of people, obviously, it's already, if it's not clear enough, the ownership that this Jeep went through was not, was less than horrible. It was pretty bad, but the other thing, I was just doing some more thinking, and I haven't shown this off in a video for part of these yet, but I used some PR15, and look at that. Minus the tape, that looks beautiful. I mean, it's really, really nice. And this was just I just used this for the top here for that, because that was the worst there. But the main part was underneath where, if you remember, it was some pretty bad rust. Yeah, where's that rust now? This was, I had a PR15 first impressions on this, and this is after second coat. That video only had the first coat, but this is just nice. This is nice. Remember, maybe if you remember, this was all just chipping out under here. Well, I brushed the most of it off. I did the three-step process with the Marine Clean, the Metal Ready, and then the PR15. And this is the result. And this is beautiful. This is strong. This is firm. This is tough. And it used to be rust. You could just see all this that I did. All I did was a small area for now. And assuming I get everything, again, the planets all aligned in one day to give me good weather and the chance to do it, I'm going to do all of my inner rust and probably some under here, some of the worst stuff. I've gone scouting around underneath here, and I've marked down mentally where most of the bad stuff is. And as for the inner rust, originally I was just going to, I bought mineral spirits, and I was just going to sand this, because this is all just surface rust here. I was just going to sand this, and then just prime over it with the Upol number 8 etching primer I had, and then just bedline over it. But now I'm definitely I'm gonna POR15 pretty much this whole spot here. I already, if you remember, there was a glue here, and I was getting really sick of this glue, and I took it all off, and to my surprise, I found a plug there, because I was gonna, but I think it's the plug back over. Yeah, it's this one. I'm pretty sure there's no plug there, but surprisingly enough, everything else still has a plug in it. And I was debating for the drainage to bedline over this. I think I'm gonna take out this one to tape it over so it doesn't get lined over, and this one I need to buy a plug for. But this one, I think I'm gonna leave in. I mean, it doesn't seem like such a great place to have drainage there, and on top of that, I don't see why I should take it out and do that. It might as well just be left in. I assume I might be able to poke it out later, but yeah. So this one, I don't know about this. I don't know why. I can't imagine why this is like this. I can only think like maybe they were taking it through water and they didn't want the water coming up through, so that's all I can think of. I can't think of any other reason. But yeah, with seeing what the PR15 has done just back here, I mean, if you want to go back and look at older videos, I have a clip of this somewhere, and this was rust. This was rust. It's even under the hole here, which I don't want to take off right now. This right here was a clear example. This was rust that was cracking through. It's not rust anymore. It's something else completely. This is really beautiful stuff. Everything I've heard about PR15 was true, and then some. So I'm definitely going to be doing all of this, which is, I'd say this is actually the worst. The other side is definitely the worst. I got too much stuff there, but you can just see that's definitely the worst there. the surface rust, which I guess I'm lucky. I guess you could say I'm lucky for not. This is where a lot of ones tend to go rust out and go right through, so I guess I'm kind of lucky that it's not there. Rust there. I got most of the rust over there, just here, and then right there. And I'm just gonna PR-15 all the rust on the inside, and then I'm starting to lose some of the fender here. This is also a very common spot where I see on Wranglers. Typically they have a small hole here, and that's not the end of the world, but especially on this side. I'm just gonna probably PR-15 this, and then not right away, but probably either paint over it. I wanted to put these things I'd seen someone else have here, like a very rough material, but they had it right here. It looked really nice. I hope to find that and probably do that, and probably just PR-15 over it and then place that over it. That way it won't go through it and you won't see it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Besides, it's really not about looking pretty per se. But yeah, I want to finish cleaning in here, and hopefully that'll come out looking a little bit nicer. And other than that, I mean, there are some places like here, once I finish the inside for PR-15, I'm going to do some of the bigger places. Like here is one of the bigger places that I want to tackle before it has time to get any worse. And I guess the only other thought I have going out is I got to figure out how to get these out. These are kind of hard to get from the other side, especially this side is much difficult than this side. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then comes trying to get the seats out, which is going to be more of a pain than I thought. I knew it was going to be a pain, but I really got to have these not strip on me. That's the goal. Unfortunately, underneath I've been WD-40. I know there are better things. I think someone left me a comment saying PR blaster? It might have been PB blaster. I haven't had time to look that up yet. But I might be looking for something like that because I can see, the problem is I can see these two bolts and this bolt from underneath, so that's kind of good. If something happens, I can see it from underneath and it'll be easier. This one I cannot get to. There's too much stuff here, which is really annoying. And then the front ones I can't see at all. So you know, you just keep running into more and more problems. But I'm gonna give it my best shot, like I've been giving the whole thing. It's like I got the plan, but then I keep hitting stumps and roadblocks, and it's frustrating and it's fun all at the same time. But maybe things will keep going according to plan. Maybe I can keep finding bridges around the holes, so to say. And yeah, that PR-15 really good. I'm going to be starting on the inside and then moving to the fenders, then coming down, and probably might end up doing the whole thing with PR-15. So that's my next goal, is to probably in a few days to PR-15 all this and clean this engine out. Lots of fun.